Hey guys, hope you all are all doing okay this morning. I appreciate you so very much for joining us for our Wednesday Wisdom. I'm sure you have a lot going on and you're getting ready for school and for work, but if you've taken some time out to join us, thank you so very, very much. I was thinking the other day with the weather warming up that spring is in the air and it feels that it's right around the corner. And I know this time of year a lot of us do spring cleaning. We like to clean out our closets and clothes and all the other things, donate them, give them to those who are in need. It's one of the great things that we can do with our excess. And I was thinking as I was driving the other day, as my mind was on this concept of spring cleaning, that there's a lot of things that many of us have on the inside, a lot of battles that we are fighting, and many of us are fighting alone. And so what I wanted to do for the month of March, as we go through the book of Proverbs, is see what the Proverbs have to say about these things and how maybe we can clean our hearts up from these battles and from these battle wounds that we're encountering. So I wanted for the month of March to look at what the book of Proverbs has to say about some emotions. We're going to look at things from bitterness to anger to self-control. And of course, this morning we're going to talk a little bit about anxiousness. I was reading the other day and I came across this proverb in Proverbs 12 verse 25, that anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad. I'm pretty sure that the majority of us woke up this morning with something on our heart and our mind. Venture to say that some of us maybe didn't get too much sleep because of something that we are concerned about, something we are anxious about, something that we're worried about. In the first half of this proverb, Solomon tells us how powerful anxiety and worry and anxiousness and concern can be in our life. It can become so big and so powerful that it weighs our heart down, and it keeps us down too. I kind of envision in my mind that weight that you tie to the end of a balloon so that the balloon never floats away, it's never free, it's never enabled and empowered to do what it's meant to do, and that's just to float. It stays stationary. So you put a weight down to keep it on the table or to keep it on the ground. That's what anxiety does. We were meant to live an abundant life. We were meant to live a good life. But anxiousness, worry, like the weight at the end of a balloon, ties itself to our heart and it keeps us down. And we're never truly free to enjoy the life that we have. Now, I really think that worry and anxiousness is just going to be part of this fallen and broken world that we live in. So the next thing that comes to our mind is that if that is part of my reality, then what do I do with it? How do I handle it? What can I do? Let me first encourage you that if you are dealing with anxiousness, if you're dealing with worry, that it's a daily common battle by all of us, shared by all of us. Doesn't mean that you're any less of a Christian, doesn't mean that you're any less of a believer. It just means that you're human, and it means that you deal with things just like the rest of us. Solomon, on the other half of that proverb, tells us something that comes in and it really aids us, it really helps us, and it loosens the grip of anxiousness and worry in our own life. And that is that a good word spoken, it brings gladness to that man. And I want to approach that very briefly from two different angles. If you're the one that's dealing with a worry, if you're the one that's dealing with that anxiousness, and it's just there in your heart and you're weighed down, when someone comes to you, be willing to accept the encouragement that they want to give you. Sometimes the best thing, the best medicine for anxiousness and worriness is to have your mind taken off of it. And there is no better way to have your mind taken off of that worry than by receiving good words that come your way. I'm sure you have friends, family, co-workers, brothers and sisters that you go to church with, your confidants, whoever it may be. If they're trying to encourage you, accept that encouragement. It doesn't mean that that the worry is now gone at the snap of a finger. It just means that Solomon is saying, bring something in that it can be just as powerful as that worry. Bring something into your heart and into your life. Allow it to come there that is just as strong and can even, to the point, overwhelm the anxiousness. So have that conversation. Receive the good words that come your way. Have your mind taken off of this worry and this anxiousness. And if you're the friend, the family member, the fellow Christian brother or sister who sees your other person struggling with it, that sees your spouse struggling with it, your children, your coworkers, let me encourage you to first and foremost just simply be there with them. Walk through this battle because you know that you have experienced this battle too. Walk with them. Simply be there to listen to them. Encourage them to talk if they're willing to. Encourage them. Make it okay for them to bring that out into the open. Sometimes the best medicine for handling worry is just to verbalize it, to just get it out, if you will. Just like we think with our closets, the best way to utilize them, to make sure we're maximizing the space, is to get rid of the things that are in there that are just taking up space. Worry does that to our hearts. So if you're the friend, let me encourage you to make it okay for your spouse, your friend, or whomever to talk with you. The other thing is that many of us, I know myself included, struggle with, at the end of that conversation, feeling and believing we've got to say something. It's not always necessarily the case. Sometimes the best thing that we can do is just to simply listen. But if you have to say something, if you feel that need, then let whatever that something that needs to be said, let it be what Solomon says. Let it be good. Let it be encouraging. Let it be something that builds that person up. Let it be something that encourages them to continue to put one foot in front of the other. So, again, anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down. But a good word, in other places Solomon will say a timely word, makes him glad. Let me encourage you to do that. At some point in time today, speak a good word that brings gladness to someone's heart. You never know what they're fighting. You never know what they're battling. But a good word, timely spoken, can do wonders for the human heart. As always, thank you so much for joining us on our Wednesday Wisdom. We hope that if you are in the Raleigh area that you will drop by and pay us a visit. We would love to have you. We're located at 911 Behringer Drive here in Raleigh, North Carolina. We have a midweek Bible study tonight at 7 o'clock. If you're unable to join us, we would love to see you this Sunday at 9:30 for our Sunday school and at 10:30 a.m. for our morning assembly. We hope that you have a good day, and I hope that you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.